Your lack of humility is the actual reason why you are disappointed, and it's not because of the actual failure in itself. So, what I mean by this is sometimes we set out to achieve something and we fail. We don't actually achieve this thing. And this brings about shame, this brings about disappointment. And these are feelings that naturally occur because we have a persona, a self-image that we're trying to maintain, that we're trying to keep up, that we're trying to advance. And so when we fail to support this persona, to provide evidence for it, to prove that we are the person who we want to be seen as, then this is disappointing for us. But this is the wrong way to think about it. And this is actually fundamentally a problem of a lack of humility and not a problem of failure in itself. So you're disappointed for the wrong reasons. You're disappointed, and actually you shouldn't be disappointed in the first place, because this goal that you were pursuing is a secondary goal, it's an ancillary goal in your life. Assuming that this goal that you failed to achieve is something like getting a certain job or achieving a certain mark or attaining some certain level of income or buying a certain car or some ancillary goal in life. Now the main goal in your life should be to pursue this highest ideal, this highest moral goodness, to have the largest possible impact on as many people as you possibly can, positive impact. These should be your primary goals: to be the ideal person, to be one with God, if God is this perfect image of goodness, this ideal, to strive towards the ideal. That is the goal. And so when we fail to achieve something that's subordinate to this, some supporting goal, let's say, because there's nothing intrinsically wrong with, say, pursuing better marks or trying to achieve financial freedom through a higher income or trying to get a certain job so that you can have an impact through the job. These things are not inherently problematic, but they are subordinate things. They're not the primary goals in our lives. So when we are disappointed, it's because of a lack of humility. We're serving the wrong God. We're not serving this ultimate ideal. We're serving the God of self-image. We're serving the God of maintaining our self-perception. We're kind to ourselves in the wrong places when we're disappointed about our failures. Why do I say this? Well, there's two things that go on. When you fail to achieve a goal, for one, you fail to achieve that goal. Okay, that's the first thing that could be the cause of your disappointment. And the second thing that could be the cause of your disappointment is, or that should be disappointing, is the fact that you're disappointed in the first place for the wrong reasons. A lack of humility. So it's kind of yourself to ignore your lack of humility and be disappointed. It's a kind thing, but fundamentally it's actually not kind, because it's not what you should be doing to yourself. But then, on the other hand, if you're kind to accept this flaw of yourself, where this flaw of your lack of humility, you're not kind enough to accept that you are fallible, that you're still a human, that you have humanness, that you can fail. You're not kind to yourself in that way, which is the way that you should be kind to yourself. And you should be harsher on the thing that's important. So what I'm trying to get at here is there's two ideals that we're striving towards. One is this ideal of moral goodness, this trying to be the best person possible. And the other is the actual attainment of this goal. Now, you being sad about not attaining the goal serves the wrong God, because you are then being disappointed about this ancillary goal instead of being disappointed about our primary goal in life, which appears as something subordinate through being disappointed about not achieving the main goal. So really, you're being kind in the wrong place. You need to be more harsh on yourself in terms of your character, in terms of the person that you're becoming. Stop being disappointed about something that could potentially affect your self-image. You need to divorce yourself from your self-perception. That's extremely impossible. I haven't done it myself, but it's something that I'm trying to do. And this is why I make videos like this, because these are things that I'm coming across in my own life that I want to improve on. And so I had to face a failure recently. In fact, it's one of my previous videos. I performed very poorly in an exam that I was well prepared for, and I had a shocking performance on the day, and this led me to challenging my persona, challenging my self-perception. And I hadn't had to do that yet because everything had just gone my way. Things, by chance, yes, I'd worked hard, but by chance they'd never fallen out of line. Things had always worked. And now my self-perception had to be challenged. And I grew a lot from this experience, because I learned that it's not about the final goal. That is subordinate to the ultimate goal in life, achieving this enlightenment, trying to be the ultimate person. Ultimate person, not in the sense of richest person, strongest person. Ultimate person in the sense of richness of character, strength of character, being the highest moral goodness, trying to be the highest form of a moral good. So that's the goal. So we're serving this wrong God by being disappointed, because it's a lack of humility at the end of the day. Because the reason why we're disappointed is because we are attaching our sense of self-worth to something that's external, something that's extrinsic, some external result. But really, our self-worth should be derived from what we do for others, how we interact with this world. And so by being disappointed, we're diminishing our self-worth, and we're actually giving ourselves something to be disappointed about, because we're disappointed for the wrong reasons. And so we lack humility. The solution to this is to first divorce yourself from perception of yourself. This is not an easy thing to do, but you can come closer to this by journaling, by introspective practices, by reading philosophical thoughts of intelligent philosophers of the past who have proven their wisdom through their texts, trying to discover truth and realign with the ultimate sense of reality, this ultimate moral goodness, trying to realign with that. This is the way to solve this problem about ourselves. Yeah.